Nathan Shaw.
Honey?
You have to sign this.
Can't you see I'm busy right now?
This is a divorce agreement. Once you sign it, we'll go our separate ways and have nothing with each other again. Sign it, and I'll leave.
In the future, feel free to buy any house you want. No need to come to me for any paperwork. As you can see, my young girlfriend is very clingy.
Now that you've signed it, I have nothing more to say.
Not making a fuss? This time? Listen. Pretty ladies, don't go! I haven't had enough fun!
Nathan Shaw! Have you forgotten about your promise? You said you'd only ever love me!
I love you very much, but things can get boring as time goes by. How about we have an open relationship, but neither of us can fall in love with anyone else? I swear, once I've had my fun, I'll settle down and live a good life. With you.
Hey, troublemaker, what agreement did you just sign? Tell me. I want a house too.
She's causing trouble.
Cause any trouble again.
I want it too.
Baby girl, you finally divorced him.
We're not officially divorced yet.
He has cheated on you. For so many times. Why do you even care about your marital status? Besides, he said himself that you two could play the field.
It's not about him. I just can't go against my own principles.
Have you forgotten how he sent me to you back then?
Honey! Honey!
Hey.
Honey! 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 Didn't we agree to have an open relationship? Why are you mad at me?
If you still wanted to have fun, why did you marry me? Why?
If you feel this is unfair, you can have fun with other men too. Honey, what matters is we love each other, right?
Hi, Mr. Shaw.
Hey! This is Mason Camden, my partner's son. You can fool around with him. I don't mind as long as I'm the one you love. Have fun!
Baby girl, want to have fun with me?
An open relationship? How is that possible? My wife only loves me. She would never let any other man touch her. I only said that to keep her from bothering me, so I would have time to have fun with other women. What if that guy tries to take advantage of her? That's not possible. Mason is not interested in women. Who knows? He might not even be straight.
Mr. Shaw, you're really smart when it comes to handling your wife.
Come on! Go on!
He sure knows how to have fun.
Another day 슬픈 말은 하지 말아요 So far away 아무 말도 하지 마라
I'm not Nathan after all. I can't betray my marriage as easily as he does.
Why? Why can he do it so easily, but I can't?
Stop torturing yourself. If you're really unhappy, just get a divorce.
You're right. If this marriage is making me miserable, I should end it before it goes out of control.
Great. Since you've decided to divorce him, he can't get intimate with you this month. I'll check on you.
Don't say such ridiculous things.
Baby girl, I may be young, but I'm well developed in other areas.
This is the divorce agreement. He has signed it. Are you happy now? Can we go now?
Sure. I'll witness your divorce at the city hall a month from now.
We'll be officially divorced in a month.
Under Mr. Shaw's leadership, Shaw Group has leaped into the global top 100 this year. Mr. Shaw has become the youngest billionaire in the country. Mr. Shaw, what do you have to say to everyone?
I want to take this chance to thank the person I love the most, who's my wife, Rose Baker. If she hadn't stayed by my side at my worst, I wouldn't have succeeded today.
Mr. Shao, you're so annoying. You were just declaring your love for your wife on stage. And now you're already this impatient. If Rose is your one true love, what am I then?
Well, you always be my sweetheart.
Can you make me Shao Group spokesperson then?
Of course. Whatever you say, babe.
My birthday is in 2 days. Will you spend it with me?
I can't. It's my wedding anniversary with Rosie, and also her birthday. It's an important day.
You still love your wife the most. I won't bother you.
Fine. I'll be there. You wicked, irresistible creature.
Mrs. Shao, I'm not just another of your husband's playthings. We've been together a year now. It's time you file for divorce. Stop playing dumb.
Mr. and Mrs. Shaw met when they were young. After all these years, they're still so loving. It's truly every woman's dream.
Mrs. Shaw, why did you ruin your wedding portrait?
Call me Miss Baker.
Rosie! Rosie! Why did you ruin our photo?
This photo is old. It should have been tossed out long ago.
It's old. Rosie, I won't develop feelings for others. You agreed to this before, didn't you? Why are you mad now?
I don't mind. I'm not even mad at you.
That's great. I'll buy you some jewelry tomorrow to make amends, okay?
If I recall correctly, you used the same trick to win her over, showering her with jewelry to mask your cheap affection. Sure. He gave his love and money to someone else. In that case, I might as well spend more of his money.
Mrs. Shao, I'm going to attend the annual meeting with Mr. Shao. I need some jewelry. You don't mind if I tag along, do you?
I didn't know she would tag along. She's just a young girl who enjoys the fun. Don't mind her.
I don't mind. You two go ahead.
You're not mad at me, are you? You're not mad at me, are you?
I'm not. Let's go.
Let's go.
I suddenly feel carsick. Mr. Shao, can you sit in the back with me?
Let's go.
Keep pretending. Let's see how long you can keep it up.
Mr. and Mrs. Shaw, are you here to look at the jewelry?
No, that's my wife.
Can I see that emerald necklace, please?
Which one do you like?
Mrs. Shao, I want the necklace too.
All right. I'll buy one for you as a reward for last night. Miss, I'll take that necklace. Make it two.
Sure. There's no need. I don't want it. If it's not one of a kind. Same goes for this man. I don't want him either.
Never mind. If you don't like it, Pick another one then. I'll take one.
Mr. Shao, you promised to buy jewelry for me. You better keep your word.
Didn't I just buy you a necklace? What else do you want?
I want to check out the rings. You promised to buy me one. No backing out now.
All right. Excuse me. Could we see your diamond ring collection?
Wow, what a beautiful ring. Mrs. Shao, is that your wedding ring?
Yes, I'd nearly forgotten.
You stood by me through everything. I went from a penniless young man to a CEO admired by many. You're the only one I want in my life. I bought this ring for you with all my savings. Will you marry me?
Yes! No. Do you like it?
Mr. Shao picked out the wedding ring himself. No woman would dislike it.
If you'd like it, I can sell it to you. You know my bank account. Transfer the money to me.
Hey! Rosie! Rosie! This is our wedding ring. How could you sell it off to a stranger?
Is Joan a stranger too?
Come on, Rosie. I know you're mad at me. Rosie, this is our wedding ring. You can't just sell it off.
I'm getting tired of it. Get rid of it yourself. We can finally get divorced in 7 days.
Why do you keep tearing days off the calendar?
It's nothing. I'm just counting down.
Like I said, you're the one I love most. I won't fall for her.
I don't mind. Just go to her.
That's what I want to do. Surprisingly, she's been so reasonable. Then why do I feel uneasy about it? Stay put! Oh.
Stay put! Well, good morning, Mrs. Shao.
Why are you here?
Gotcha! Why stand still? Go ahead and run!
Nate, didn't you tell Mrs. Shao I moved in? Why is she interrogating me now?
Honey, you're here. The thing is, she has been followed recently. I was worried, so I let her move in. She's so young. She must be scared. I'm worried about her safety.
Looks like he still remembers, saying he'd never bring anyone home, no matter how much he plays around.
She's staying here temporarily. As soon as we find that creep, I'll make her leave.
Now that I've moved in, I'm not going to leave anytime soon.
Whatever. Suit yourself.
No.
Anyway, this place is going to be auctioned off in a few days.
No, honey.
Mr. Shao, where are you going?
You
haven't finished punishing me yet.
You naughty thing. You deserve to be punished.
One more day left.
Mrs. Shaw, you're here. Mr. Shaw, you and Mr. Shaw have been married for 7 years. I really envy your love.
Yes. We've seen Mr. Shaw's interview. You two were childhood sweethearts. How enviable.
Oh, by the way, why isn't Mr. Shaw here yet? He used to come early on his anniversary and brag to everyone about how lucky he was to marry you.
Look, he's here. Hi.
You're full of tricks.
Tonight, it's your wedding anniversary. Your wife won't be heartbroken if you're absent, will she?
You naughty thing, you're full of tricks.
Tonight is your wedding anniversary. Your wife won't be heartbroken if you're absent, will she?
The mood is right. Do you want me to leave? Anyway, Rosie has always been easygoing. I'll just say I was late. Because of a car accident. She will definitely forgive me.
Nate, since you love me so much, why don't you marry me?
Big news. Mrs. Shaw was talking on the phone just now. Mr. Shaw was with another woman.
Oh my god, could it be his mistress? I've long heard that Mr. Shaw has an unusual relationship with his secretary. And they even met on a special day like this. How brazen.
Doesn't Mr. Shaw love his wife? Is this a misunderstanding?
Let's see what Mrs. Shaw says.
Actually, today isn't my wedding anniversary. It's my birthday.
What?
Nathan and I got divorced a month ago. I'd like to take this opportunity to make it public. From now on, we'll go our separate ways. We'll have nothing to do with each other after this.
Inform Mr. Shaw immediately. She seems serious about the divorce.
What's going on? Mr. Shaw has always been careful. How can he be late to this wedding anniversary?
Mrs. Shaw, there must be a misunderstanding.
Mrs. Shaw, please don't go. This must be that woman's doing. Mr. Shaw loves you deeply. He'll be here soon.
From now on, don't call me Mrs. Shaw. Nathan and I are divorced. Reserve the title for someone else. From now on, I'll just be myself. Hi.
Rosebud, you're being so mean. Why didn't you invite me to your birthday party?
I thought I'd celebrate it with my friends, but it turned into a complete mess. I shouldn't have thrown this party.
Come now. I've prepared a surprise for you.
Who's on the phone with Mrs. Shaw? It sounds like Mason.
You must have misheard. Mason's not interested in women. Meanwhile, Mrs. Shaw remains faithful, while her husband cheats on her. How could they possibly be together? Hurry up and call Mr. Shaw.
Mr. Shaw, come quickly. Something bad has happened. Mrs. Shaw wants a divorce.
You have a surprise for me, don't you? What is it?
Look up.
You by my side, I wouldn't change a thing. It's finally it's real. I'm trying to hold back. You ought to know that you're the one that's on my mind. Falling too fast, deeply in love, finding the magic in the colors of you. You're the right time at the right moment. You're the sunlight, keeps my heart going.
I hope your eyes will always shine as brightly as they do now.
It's been so long since I last saw such beautiful fireworks.
Rosebud, many more surprises await you. Do you want to come over?
But I need to pack up. It'll take a while.
No worries. I'll wait for you. After all, I've already waited this long.
Baby, I'm falling.
Nate! You promised to accompany me, didn't you?
You did this on purpose, right? You clearly knew that today is Rosie and my wedding anniversary. She's mad at me now and wants a divorce.
How could you forget that today is your wedding anniversary? That means it must not be that important to you. Nate, you promised to spend time with me today. If your wife wants a divorce, just give it to her. If I were your wife, I would never ever divorce you.
Since when have you become so ambitious? I've told you from the beginning. She's the only woman I love. I'll never divorce her. I can give you anything, but I won't marry you.
Nate, you misunderstood me. That's not what I want.
I know very well what you meant. I'm not a fool. I just don't want to argue with you. If you dare say such things again, pack your things and leave!
Mr. Shao, it's my fault. I won't do that again. Don't throw me out. I really love you.
Even when Rosie was at her most demanding, she'd only buy houses and jewelry. She never mentioned divorce. She must be furious now. Just pack up and leave. Don't come back. Until she's calmed down. Rosie! Rosie!
Mr. Shaw.
Where's Rosie?
What took you so long? Mrs. Shaw left long ago.
Left?
Mr. Shaw, you may be enjoying yourself, but an important day like this should be spent with your wife.
Shut up. Do you know where Rosie went? She's not answering my calls.
She answered a call before she left. I'm not sure who it was, but that phone call visibly lifted her mood.
Perhaps she went home.
Are they actually divorced? This is so sudden.
We're not divorced. It's just a misunderstanding. Listen up. What just happened was a misunderstanding. There's nothing between me and Miss Larkin. These are just malicious rumors spread by my business rivals to drive a wedge between me and my wife. My wife and I are happily married. Nothing will change that. I'll certainly get to the bottom of these dirty tactics. I'll certainly get to the bottom of this.
Was everything he said in those passionate moments just a lie? I can't accept this.
Hi. Mrs. Shaw just got home? Alright, I'm coming back.
Nate! Where's Mrs. Shao?
She's at home. I'm gonna go see her now.
Nate! I have a stomach ache suddenly. Can you take me to the hospital?
Joan Larkin, this is my last warning. I hate scheming women the most.
No, Nate. I've endured the pain for a long time just so I wouldn't get in the way of you and your wife. So she's gone home. Doesn't that mean she's not that mad anymore?
He said that when she left. She was already in a better mood. With the right attitude, I'm sure I can win her back.
Nate! I think I'm pregnant. If I hadn't missed my period this month, and if my stomach wasn't hurting so badly, I wouldn't have asked you to take me to the hospital now.
You're pregnant? I'll take you to the hospital then.
Okay.
Rosie will have to wait. Let's go.
Hurry up!
Take her to the hospital!
Mrs. Shaw, don't go! Ma'am, where are you going?
I'm moving out.
Mrs. Shaw, Mr. Shaw sent me here to tell you that he'll be back soon. Please give him a chance to explain this to you.
Is he not even willing to show up for a final explanation?
Mr. Shaw, you're what Mr. Shaw cares about most. He's busy and can't step away now.
I know what's keeping him. Joan's pregnant, isn't she?
Of course not. Mr. Shaw had said he'll only have children with you.
Joan already told me the truth. There's no point in me staying, since she's pregnant.
Please, don't go, Mrs. Shaw. This is a jewelry set Mr. Shaw got for you. It's to celebrate your wedding anniversary.
If I'm not wrong, this is identical to the one Joan shared on her Instagram a few days ago. Tell Nathan that his scenes in the script of my life are over. I'm free! Free! I'm free!
Rosie's really mad now. What shall I do? I have to get home before midnight. Or I'm sure she will forgive me if I don't miss our anniversary. Drive faster. It's 11:50 p.m. Thank God I'm in time. Happy anniversary, Rosie! Rosie, where are you? Where's Rosie?
Mr. Shaw, Mrs. Shaw has left with her things.
Stop pulling my leg! Rosie, happy anniversary, Rosie! Rosie!
Mr. Shaw, Mrs. Shaw really is gone.
Are you serious? What about the gift I told you to give her?
I showed it to Mrs. Shaw, but she said there's no point in giving her something that Ms. Larkin also has.
Didn't I tell you to keep that a secret? How did she find out?
I'm sorry, Mr. Shaw. It seems Ms. Larkin shared it on Instagram, and Mrs. Shaw saw.
Joan, I hate when people scheme against me. Do you think she brought her things because she was running away from home?
I doubt it that simple, sir. Mrs. Shaw said this place will be yours and Ms. Larkin's.
She can't mean that. Think about it. She's mad because I brought Joan here, and because I missed our anniversary. Throw out Joan's things now. We won't wait for her.
Yes, sir. Oh, and sir? Mr. Shaw told me to remind you to take a good look at the document you signed a month ago.
A month ago? Did I sign anything back then?
You should try to remember.
Nathan?
Honey?
You have to sign this.
Oh, I did sign one. She gave me an agreement a month ago. But I was busy with Joan. I signed it because I thought she wanted to buy a house.
Should I retrieve it so you can read it?
Sure. Rosie's run away from home. And a document I signed a month ago. She's been tearing this calendar since I signed the document a month ago. She's been tearing this calendar since I signed the document a month ago. Why have you been tearing that calendar's pages?
It's nothing. Just a countdown.
No. It can't be. It's impossible. She's just throwing a fit. Why would she divorce me when she said she wasn't mad anymore? That can't be it. Rosie, where are you?
Is this the place? Isn't this supposed to be a surprise? Why isn't anyone here? Am I in the right place?
Rosie!
Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Woo! Yay! Woo! Rosie! Happy Happy birthday! Congrats on escaping hell!
Thanks, guys.
Happy birthday, Rosie. These are your closest friends. I figured you'd want to have them around on your birthday. Am I right?
Even Nathan has never paid attention to any of these. His friends and business partners are the only ones around to celebrate our anniversary. Yet Mason thought of all this.
Rosie, you should have left Nathan ages ago. You have no idea how bad we felt over seeing you so agonized.
Exactly. No matter how amazing Nathan is in his work, your condition isn't tricking anyone. You wouldn't look so frail now if he truly treated you well.
Make a wish and blow out the candles. Rosie.
What are you...
Will you marry me? Will you marry me?
Are you sure?
Of course. I knew this day would come after our first meeting.
We didn't exactly get off to a good start.
You can fool around with him. I don't mind as long as I'm the only one you love.
You...
Have fun. Enjoy yourself.
Baby girl, want to have fun with me?
You know exactly why I got divorced. And you know how we got involved. Yet you still want to propose?
Yes, I do.
Rosie, what are you waiting for?
Exactly. He's a handsome young man. Don't you want him?
Rosie, why are you still hung up on Nathan?
He didn't care how you felt when he hooked up with other women behind your back. He betrayed you without a hint of guilt. You're divorced now. You can be with someone else.
It's not because of him. It's because of myself. I can't jump into another marriage out of anger. It's unnecessary. Besides, I'm the only one who'll be affected.
Well, that makes sense. Anyway, he's just a man. Don't take him too seriously. Fool around with him.
She's a jokester. The guy's still here.
Sorry for telling the truth. You don't mind, right?
Of course not. Rosie, no, baby girl, will you have fun with me? Want to have fun with me?
I will. I will.
Rosebud, I've waited too long to hear you say that.
Everyone's right. I should reward myself. We'll have fun however I want to.
Your wish is my command.
Oh, wow.
Your wish is my command!
This is so romantic.
I'm sorry, Nate. I called you here, even though I knew you wanted to ask Mrs. Shaw to forgive you.
That's enough. Stop your weeping. I have better things to do. Why did you want to see me?
I'm sorry, Nate, but I'm backed into a corner. Could you be more gentle to me? Now that I'm pregnant with your child.
We can't keep the baby.
What? is our baby! How can you not want it?
I made things clear from the very beginning. I don't owe you anything. And we're not exclusive. You can even be with other men. What makes you think you can have my child when you know I'm married?
Didn't you say you wanted a baby?
I do, but the one I want is the one I share with Rosie. You're a mistress, and your baby is a bastard. Even bastards.
Even bastards have a right to inheritance. I won't let you call our baby that.
Right to inheritance. That's the truth, isn't it? You only want this baby for my money. Am I right?
I'm sorry, Nate. I only said that because I was mad. I love you. That has nothing to do with the money. This is our flesh and blood. Didn't you say you loved me most?
You bought what I said in bed.
You called me your babe. And now I'm carrying your baby. Are you saying this is so fake?
There's no way Rosie will forgive me as long as that baby is around. I don't care what you want to say. You have to abort the baby tonight.
What if I'm willing to give you and Mrs. Shao custody of the baby?
What's that supposed to mean?
The baby is innocent. As long as you will let me keep it, I'll surrender custody to you and Mrs. Shao. Please, Nate. This is our baby. You've always wanted a child, right? Let me have the baby. And I disappear from your lives. That way, you can reconcile with Mrs. Shao and have a child.
Fine. You can keep the baby for now. But I have to ask Rosie for permission. She has to say yes.
Rose, I've underestimated you.
Exactly. She's a jokester.
Isn't this Rose? Has someone proposed to her?
Rosie's not answering my calls. She must be furious. What should I do?
Nate, look at this. Is that her being proposed to in the video?
I can't believe you're playing mind games now. No way would she be proposed to.
I just saw it on Instagram. The woman in the video looks just like Mrs. Shao.
She's a jokester.
Rosie? This can't be. That can't be Rosie. This video is fake. It's fake.
I didn't believe it too. Mrs. Shao loves you so much. How could she be with someone else? I was only sure it was her. And the guy called her name at the end.
That's bullshit. Rosie wouldn't let other men propose to her. She won't even go near any man but me. And I won't let that happen. Where did you find this video?
This is Mrs. Shao's best friend's Instagram.
Didn't I tell you not to show your face before her? Why did you follow her best friend? Listen up, Joan. I won't let you off easy if I find out you've been driving a wedge between me and Rosie.
You've misunderstood, Nate. They are the ones who followed me first, so they could watch me. I didn't do anything.
Mr. Shaw, I brought the documents you wanted.
To hell with that! Right now! Find Rosie, and fast!
Yes, sir.
Hold it! Have you followed Rose's friends on Instagram?
Yes, sir. It's easier for me to monitor her and her movements. I also speak to her friends.
Give me your phone. It really is Rosie. Who the hell is this dude? How dare he steal my woman?
Wayne?
It's me.
What do you want?
I'm sorry, Rosie. I shouldn't have stood you up on our anniversary, but you can't punish me like this. You're my wife. How can you accept another man's proposal?
I'm not anymore.
That's bullshit. You're still wearing the ring I gave you, and you're legally my spouse. You are the one and only Mrs. Shaw, Rosie.
Firstly, I sold the ring to Joan. Secondly, you should take a good look at the agreement I gave you.
Rosebud, I'm done. It's your turn.
Who is that guy? Who the fuck is he?
That's my phone, Mr. Shaw.
And where's the document I asked for? Give it to me. This can't be. There's no way she would divorce me.
Nate, why didn't you tell me? You were getting divorced.
It's all your fault. If not for you, Rosie would never leave me. It's all because of you. I didn't sign that. So the divorce agreement is ineffective.
Your signature is here, Mr. Shaw.
That's impossible. I would never divorce her. That's not mine. She forged this. I have to ask her. What's going on? She's trying to piss me off, and that man is a tool. She's just punishing me.
Nate, our baby. What about Anna me?
What baby? You're not showing up before me ever again if Rosie doesn't forgive me. Rosie. Rosie, come out. Rosie, where are you? Everyone's gone. I'm alone now. No wonder she started tearing this calendar from that day on. She already decided to leave me then. Well, I was too engrossed in the tender web Joan weaved for me. I didn't notice anything off about Rosie. I was sure she wouldn't leave me. I had so much time to notice something was up. I had plenty of time to beg for her forgiveness and make her change her mind. Yet she still left.
Nate! Nate!
Rosie? Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out of my and Rosie's home!
Nate! I'm carrying your child! How can you do this to me?
That's not mine.
What are you saying? I haven't been with anyone but you! How can you doubt me?
Don't think I don't know about the men you were with before me. I kept silent, but don't take me for a fool.
But I've been loyal after getting with you. You can doubt everything about me, but not my love for you.
Love? You don't even deserve to say that word.
Nate, I know you're still mad because of Mrs. Xiao, but this is our flesh and blood. Our love may not compare to how you feel about Mrs. Xiao, but you can't say we have nothing. We were so happy and compatible together. You can't claim you feel nothing for me.
I don't love you at all. And you're aborting that as long as Rosie objects.
But your wife won't even answer your calls now.
She's just mad. She'll come back as long as I wait here for her.
Bad news, Mr. Shaw. Mrs. Shaw has sold this house. It's under her name, and she put it up for sale a month ago when you and Ms. Larkin were off celebrating her birthday. Someone soon bought it because the price was good. They contacted me and told us to clear out the place.
How can this be? Is Rosie really leaving me?
Nate, Mrs. Xiao sold the place. She's not coming back. But I'll always be with you.
Contact the buyer and say I'll buy the place back at double the price. Do it now. This is my and Rosie's home. No one can take it away.
Nate.
I'm going to get her back right now. I'll find you, Rosie.
Rosebud, do you want cake first? Or do you want me?
Are you drunk? You're pretty bad at holding your liquor, aren't you?
No, I'm not. Actually, it depends on you.
Mace, what's wrong? What's wrong?
Do you still refuse to accept me even though it's been years? Were you just lying to me when you said you'd marry me? You only pitied me in front of everyone.
I didn't mean that. I'm just afraid I'll take advantage of you while you're drunk.
Really?
You're bold for daring to trick me, aren't you?
Ouch! So, are you going to punish me?
Why isn't she answering? I've changed countless SIM cards. Why won't she answer? Hi, am I speaking to Rosie's best friend?
Yes.
Yes, hi, I'm Nathan Shaw. Is Rosie with you now?
Looking for her now, huh? What were you doing before this?
No, you've misunderstood me. I've been looking for her for ages. If you're with her right now, could you please tell her not to upset me with other men from now on?
Fuck you! Did Rosie even cross your mind when you went around with other women? She was so depressed every day that she had a tumor. She was so scared that she cried when she needed surgery. Where were you then?
Why is your wife looking for you again? Why does she keep disturbing us lately? I don't care. You're not allowed to answer.
Sorry, the person you're trying to reach is unavailable right now. Please try again later.
I'm sorry, Rosie. I did too many things to hurt you. It's all my fault. You waited for me so many times, so I can search for you through the night. Rosie!
Mr. Shaw, it's me. I found out where Mrs. Shaw is.
Last night, I didn't manage to restrain myself. When he was so drunk last night, I took advantage of him.
What time is it now?
It's 7 in the morning.
We went to bed at 3 a.m. And it's only been 4 hours. Sleep in a bit longer.
Wake up!
Rosebud, are you all rested up?
Get some rest. I've got work to do.
No. I want to stay with you. What will I do if you're not here?
Don't you have work? I recall your dad collaborating with Nathan. Weren't you supposed to take over his company?
I was kicked out.
Huh?
My parents said I seduced a married woman and disgraced the family. So, they kicked me out. Rosebud, you're all I have now.
Perfect. You can be my assistant at the company.
Thank you, Rosebud. I'll take good care of you.
Rosie! Rosie! I know you're in there. Can you come out and talk to me? Rosie! 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 Rosie, I know you're in there. Can you come out and talk to me? Rosie! I really know I was wrong. Can you come out and see me? Rosie! Rosie!
What's up?
Why are you here? Did I get the wrong place?
Where else would I be, if not here?
Didn't we agree that I would talk to him? What are you doing here?
I'm sorry, Rosebud. I was afraid he might hurt you. Rosebud. My shirt...
How could it be you? Why were you... with Rosie? What happened last night? What did you two do?
As long as I'm here, don't you dare harm her.
Nathan, do you really want to hit me?
I won't hurt you. I just need to put this reckless brat in his place.
Rosebud, look. He's trying to hit me.
Hey! Nathan! Don't go too far!
Did you just push me because of him?
You're the one who was disrespectful first. And you have no place to lecture us.
Rosie, you're doing this on purpose, aren't you? If this was on purpose, well, you succeeded.
Nathan! We're divorced! I have no interest in hurting you.
Divorce? No way. I will never agree to it. Come home with me.
I already told you that you're not allowed to hurt her with me around.
Did you see him push me just now?
All I saw was you trying to hurt me while he protected me.
Why are you taking his side? Rosie! I know I messed up. I also know you're using him to provoke me, but I... What did you two do last night? What did you two do last night?
Nathan! Cut it out!
I can't believe you hit me for him.
Go be crazy somewhere else. Mason is under my protection, and you don't get to hurt him.
If he's the man you want to protect, then what about me?
You're just my ex-husband.
Ex-husband? Who said I'm your ex-husband? I never agreed to the divorce.
Didn't Wayne show you the divorce agreement? You signed them yourself.
I never signed anything. Rosie, you know how much I love you, so why would you forge a divorce agreement?
If you have any doubts, go ahead and get the handwriting verified.
Even if it's my handwriting, you must have forged my signature through other means. I would never have agreed to divorce you while in my right mind. Rosie, you'd better come home with me.
Nathan, I don't know if you're really clueless or just plain dumb. This is the surveillance footage from the day you signed. In case you try to deny it, look closely at the state you were in that day.
In the future, feel free to buy any house you want. No need to come to me for any paperwork. So what I signed that day wasn't for a house purchase, but the divorce agreement.
Do you see it clearly now?
I didn't expect the document I signed to be the divorce agreement. I was too caught up with Joan that day to realize something was off about Rosie. Could this be my retribution? Rosie, I'm truly the biggest jerk. Go ahead and hit me. Please forgive me. I was led astray by another woman. I'm begging you. Please forgive me just this once. Give me another chance, okay?
Nathan, I've forgiven you so many times. Do you still remember how many times you cheated on me before Joan?
But those women meant nothing. You're the only one I love.
That just makes me despise you even more. Do you know my biggest regret is not leaving you the first time you betrayed me? Do you have any idea how much suffering I've endured all these years? How much I've had to put up with because of Joan?
I really know I was wrong. I'll send Joan away right now. From now on, it will just be me and you. Please, I'm begging you, please don't divorce me, okay? Please!
Nate! Are you abandoning me and our child? Are you abandoning me and our child? Nate! You said you would take care of me and the child. You also said I was your only love, and that you'd pick the stars from the sky for me. Nate, did you forget what you said?
Rosie, don't believe her lies. You're the only one in my heart. I only said those things to placate her.
Nathan, she relayed everything you said to her, word for word to me. You keep claiming you love me, but your actions are no different from an enemy's.
Mrs. Shao, listen to me. Please forgive Mr. Shao. His heart belongs to you alone. He once told me to have the baby and let you raise it. He would get rid of me just to be with you. He really only loves you.
Rosie, I truly love only you.
Enough! Are you both taking me for a fool? Do you want me to raise your child for you? Stop grossing me out and get lost.
Come on. I have something to say.
Scram! Rosie! 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 Rosie!
Rosebud, are you okay?
Aren't I pathetic for falling in love with such a man?
You did nothing wrong by giving your heart. The ones to blame are the ones who let you down. Huh?
He wasn't like this before. But somewhere along the line, he changed into someone I don't recognize.
Maybe he's always been like this, but without as many temptations at the time. He kept it well hidden.
Rosie, I can explain. Let me in, okay? Rosie, listen to me.
I don't want to see them.
Rosebud, wait for me.
Nate.
Did you intentionally provoke her just now?
I'm sorry. I just assumed that saying it like that would make your wife forgive you.
There's no way I'd divorce her, and I definitely won't be with you. As for what you did to provoke her, I'll make sure to hold you accountable. Hand over all the resources you were given.
Nate, do you really have to be so cruel?
Mr. Shaw, I just consulted with the lawyer, and this agreement is valid.
So you're implying that I have no option but to divorce her.
Strictly speaking, you and Mrs. Shaw no longer have any connection.
All right, enough. Whose assistant are you? Mine or hers? Anyway, as long as I refuse to divorce, she will always be my wife.
Nate, Mrs. Shao is now with that pretty boy. And everyone is talking about whether you two have really divorced. What now?
I made it perfectly clear on our wedding anniversary that I would never divorce Rose. Do you not get it? Also, if it weren't for you using the pregnancy to provoke her, she would have forgiven me by now.
I'm sorry. I was only trying to help you. I never expected things to turn out this way. Nate.
Let's abort the baby. At the hospital now! Come on! Come on! Come on!
Why bother coming here for such a small injury?
It's bleeding. So how is this a minor injury? Rose, you must never take your health lightly again, okay? Show some respect, kiddo. I'm not a kid anymore.
Oh, bastard! Get your hands off my wife!
Nathan, not you again! Let go of him!
Is he the only one in your eyes now? I've been looking for you all this time. Why won't you meet me?
I don't stay connected with my ex-husband. Let him go.
You blame me for my mistakes, but what about yourself? Haven't you made any?
Are you trying to smear my name now?
I don't believe you two had no entanglement before the divorce.
You told me we could fool around with others. Back then, you were so involved with Joan that you didn't pay attention to anything else around you. Don't you remember that? It was you who introduced Mason to me.
Enjoy yourself.
Do you remember now? Do you remember telling me how we could fool around with others? Do you remember how you introduced Mason into my life?
I did say that before, but... An open relationship? How is that possible? My wife only loves me. She would never let any other man touch her.
What if that guy tries to take advantage of her?
That's not possible. Mason is not interested in women. Who knows? He might not even be straight.
Mr. Shaw, you're really smart when it comes to handling your wife.
But Mason is not interested in women. Rosie, are you two just acting to deceive me? Was the proposal also fake? Mason doesn't like women.
I don't like women. And I don't like men either. I only like Rose.
Ignore him. Let's go.
This is impossible. Rosie, please don't punish me anymore. I really understand my fault now. Since we agreed to fool around with others, how about I allow you to have fun with him as long as you return to our family?
What family are you talking about? We're already divorced. I'll go to City Hall to finalize the divorce.
I don't agree! Rosie, we agreed to have our own fun. You and him, me and her. We're just fooling around. Rosie, since it's all just for fun, why are you divorcing me?
Because I've fallen for him.
Rose.
You told me we could fool around. And you introduced Mason into my life, while you kept hurting me for Joan. It was him who stood by me. So, I fell in love with him.
That's impossible. Rosie, you can't fall for someone else. You promised. You would love only me.
You also said you would only love me. You broke your promise, so did I. So let's finalize the divorce before our relationship sour further.
I don't believe it. Rosie, I don't believe you would fall for someone else even if I push you to him. I will never allow him to replace me.
I don't need your permission. My feelings are mine to control.
Rosie, is it really over between us?
Nathan, if you won't agree to the divorce, I'll take legal action. The divorce is inevitable. It's just a matter of when.
Fine. Let's finalize our divorce tomorrow. Rosie, I don't want to let go, but I don't want the final memory of our marriage to be one of complete hatred.
Let's go.
Nate, are you really getting divorced? Does that mean I don't have to get rid of our baby? Don't worry, I'll stay with you and love you.
I've scheduled a medical abortion for you. It will be done quickly, and you can head home after.
Why should I? You've already chosen divorce. Why can't I keep the baby?
I've only agreed to the divorce to appease her. After the divorce, I'll pursue her again with a fresh start and win her heart.
But Nathan! Don't worry. I won't let you have your way.
Rosie, you mentioned earlier that you've fallen for me.
I only said that to make Nathan give up. Don't read too much into it.
What if I told you I'm okay with overthinking it?
I've just ended a toxic marriage, and I'm not ready to dive into another relationship yet. Given how things stand, let's be completely honest. You've been by my side when I was at my lowest. Since I'm not made of stone, I admit I have feelings for you, but I know it's not love. I might never fall in love with anyone again. It's not too late for you to leave.
Rosie, you said you'd be responsible for me. You can't ask me to leave.
I'm not asking you to leave. From the beginning, I approached you with desire for revenge. And later I used you to heal. It's not fair to you.
I don't care about fairness. All I want is you.
If I can never trust anyone again, would you still want to be with me?
Rosie, have you found a man who makes you happier than I do?
What are you blabbering about? Of course not. Even if I haven't fallen in love with you yet, I would never act so thoughtlessly.
That's great. I'm not like Nathan. I can't accept us both seeing other people. Rosie, you can only be with me and share intimacy with me. I ran away from home for you. And now I'm homeless. You can't abandon me. And you can't be with any other man. I can't live without you.
All right. Just you alone already drains me. How could I go after anyone else?
Rosie, I never imagined that I would divorce you.
Life is unpredictable. We shouldn't meet again.
Rosie. I'll send you home. I know we can't return to how things were, but we can start fresh.
I've told you that. I don't like to stay connected to my ex-husband.
I'm not using my identity as your ex-husband, but as a new suitor.
Mr. Shaw, you've lost your chance. She will have a fresh start, but not with you. With me instead.
What does a brat like you have to contest with me?
Well, I've never heard her before.
So what? Can you guarantee you won't make my mistakes?
Of course. Because you have no idea how long I've waited for this day. If possible, I would want us to be the only ones left in the world.
Rosie, he's lost it. Can you give me another chance to pursue you?
As I've said, I don't go back to old relationships. From now on, we're done.
He was ousted by the Camdens. Are you sure he can give you the life you want? Rosie, you like buying houses and jewelry. Are you sure being with him will fulfill that?
Do you really think being ousted from the Camden family means I'm left with nothing? If I'm not mistaken, your company is currently facing a technological crisis. Your key technical staff have been resigning one after another. Do you think this is just a coincidence?
You are behind it.
Do you actually believe your position as the wealthiest is unshakable? Nathan, I once believed you could make Rose happy, so I didn't act against you. But now you're undeserving of your place. It's time for you to step aside.
Rosie, did you see that? This man is so manipulative. He was expelled from the Camden family. Are you sure his family will accept you?
I'm the better choice for you.
Rosie, my proposal to you will always stand, so don't worry about my family. Besides, I was the one who chose to leave my family. You don't need to worry about that. I'm not a man who can't make his own choices.
You didn't get kicked out by your family? You're just faking homelessness to gain Rosie's sympathy, aren't you?
Rosie, I'm not lying to you. I really have nowhere to go.
Do you really think I can't tell if he's lying to me? Stop slandering him. That's enough! I never want to hear you speak again. Let's go.
I never realized how painful it would be to see my loved one so close to someone else. Rosie, have you been suffering like this all these years?
If I can't have it, let's perish together! Nathan, let go of me! You killed my baby as soon as you took the time!
Rosie, I'm sorry for what I did. If I could have a second chance, I would never hurt you again.
Mr. Shaw, Miss Larkin has wounded you severely, and you may never stand again. Should I notify Mrs. Shaw?
No. Don't tell her. Now that I'm like this, I don't deserve to be with her anymore. So why should you go see her?
Ms. Larkin has been detained for intentional assault.
Let me out! Release me! Let me go!
If Mrs. Shaw knew you were injured, she would surely visit you.
Had I not been injured, perhaps I could still pester her and try to win her over again. But Joan struck me where it matters most. I'm nothing but a broken man now. What do I have to compete with Mason? Perhaps this is my punishment. Sadly, I don't even have the right to regret it.
Rosie, will you marry me?
Mace, this is already the 9th time you've proposed to me, but I really don't want to go through marriage again.
You've misunderstood. I'm not proposing just to get an answer. I'm doing it to let you know that my desire to marry you will never waver.
그대의 낱말들은 술처럼 달기에 나는 주저없이 모두 받아 마셔요. 내가 하는 말을 나조차 못 믿을
Is it really worth it?
너는 나를
I may never trust anyone again.
Then I'll dedicate my life to earning your trust.
슬픈 말은 하지 마라.